Hello, I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We're a proud supporter of game day since day one. We want to wish all of our local high schools a safe and healthy football season. If you find yourself in need, be sure to visit us for all your emergency care and outpatient imaging at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, 4646 Cowhorn Creek Road.
Be courteous to the visiting fans. You should cheer for your team and should show respect for injured players on both teams. Officials for tonight's game: referee Jerry Maynard, umpire Jerry Riley, head linesman Rodney Keith, line judge Michael Howard.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome
Green.
to Texarkana Game Day's broadcast tonight of North Lamar versus Pleasant Grove. We're glad to have you with us tonight. My name is Quinn Stanfield. I'll be doing the play-by-play tonight. I'm joined by Jay Davis, who will be doing color, and everybody's favorite coach, former coach, Lucas Waka, will be giving us all the expertise, and he'll be telling me and Jay everywhere that we're wrong. So we're excited to have opportunities to share tonight with you. We're in pregame mode right now. All the folks are on the field warming up and getting ready. Bands are beginning to take the field and all of those fun things. So we're glad for you to be here with us tonight. What do you guys think we're going to see tonight in this district matchup?
Well, I think Pleasant Grove is going to try to continue to grow and get better on offense. I think that that's one of the things that I have seen that needs to grow the most, and I would like to see our offensive line be able to be a little more explosive tonight. And, you know, against this North Lamar team, they have had some struggles this year, so it's going to be, you know, a good test for our line, and maybe they can, you know, feel some success by the end of this game.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we need to, for Pleasant Grove, I think the positive thing that we need to see tonight is the run offense. I feel like the past couple of weeks we haven't really necessarily seen that very much, and tonight would be a good building step on tonight to be able to take it on next week and the weeks after that when we face some better teams, I guess you would say, by the records. Because everybody knows that North Lamar, they've had their struggles a little bit this year. But I look for Pleasant Grove to come out hot and hopefully build on last week.
This is one of those games where on paper, I mean, Pleasant Grove should be the better team, and it should be a
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the North Lamar.
well, let me cancel that thought. We're about to have the national I'm sorry, we're having the school songs right now, so we're still in good shape. It should be a game where Pleasant Grove is able to execute, do the things they want to do, and then maybe also try a few things and experiment a little bit, move some guys around and see who can have success in different places. We've got some injuries tonight. We know Jonah Bates is out. He got injured in the previous game. It has an MRI coming up this coming week, so we're waiting to get the results of that. But he is definitely out this evening.
This is going to be one of the first games that I'm going to feel like it's football season. It's definitely a little cooler, and it's going to get probably down to 60 by the time that this game is over. And one of the things that could impact Pleasant Grove and forcing them to run maybe a little bit more than even what they want to is the wind should pick up a little bit and get up into the 15 to 20 mile an hour gust tonight. So that could impact things.
The flag on the flagpole is kind of standing straight out in the wind tonight, so that's correct.
Yeah, when I left Texarkana today, I was like, oh, it's going to be a nice night. And then I got here, and I was a little
little
chilled.
chilly,
A little nice wind here in Paris, which is a pretty normal thing for Paris, I would imagine.
We'll definitely want to give a thanks to Caleb Coleman, because he definitely had the choice of either putting us outside on the rail to do this tonight or in this little press box. So I will take inside the press box tonight, because it's not cold, it's just different, and our bodies aren't used to this 60-degree weather right now.
Yeah, and to get up here, that's pretty impressive how you brought all this stuff up. We'll kind of describe it, I guess. It's a ladder that goes straight up, a single ladder that goes straight up.
Well, for those of you, and Quinn and I had this conversation, for those of you that deer hunt, we're in probably a 5x9 deer stand.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, if we were deer hunting, this would be a great setup. Sure. Be really, really good. Be happy to have it.
Well, tonight, both schools have pinked out. Our cheerleaders had their pink pom-poms tonight, and I was looking on North Lamar's website this week, and this is definitely their pink out week, and so their band and their cheerleaders already have their pink gear on for breast cancer awareness. So we'll definitely have all sorts of pink festivities going on for the remainder of this month.
And one of the other dynamics of the, I guess you would say, the crowd and the atmosphere of what's going on tonight is we'll have the Pleasant Grove Band for just the first half of the game, and then through halftime. They'll be leaving after halftime. They have their big competition tomorrow morning, and I think they're pulling out around 7:30 in the morning or something like that. So I'm just proud of them that they even came at all tonight, that they would make an effort to be here and be here for a part of the game. But we want to wish them all the best tomorrow when they go to their competition as well.
They've had a great year so far.
Yeah.
Winning the 4 states band competition, and I think they've done extremely well getting ones at some of the previous competitions. So looking tomorrow after about probably 1:30 or 2, I'll be watching social media to see how our Pride in Motion did.
I thought it was really cool this week that there was some social media posts that went up that Coach Gibson went and met with the band and kind of spoke to them and gave them one of his famous pep talks. And, that doesn't happen, everywhere, that the head football coach and AD is interested in what's happening in the band. But, man, it's a part of the family, and you cheer for each other, pull for each other. So I just thought that was super cool.
I got to meet last year. A lot of times we had lunch duty, and I had it with Mr. Deese, the band director, and he's a great guy, and that's what he wants to do, is make that band the best they can be. And obviously, coming from ones this last week, if people don't know what ones are, it's actually the best you can get. It's kind of like scoring a 10 in a dunk competition or anything else. But so I'm really proud of them, and it was really cool to see Coach Gibson go talk to those guys.
Sure.
I'm still impressed by the band and their two-a-days where Pleasant Grove chooses to allow them to begin their craft, and it is on the asphalt of the student parking lot. And I had the opportunity to drive by there a few times this past summer, and the sweat and the water that was consumed was definitely there. But those guys and girls have been putting it in since August, and it's going to be fun to see what they're able to come up with tomorrow.
Well, it's fun to watch this particular group, and even the last couple of years, I would say, because they've got band directors that are sports fans as well, and so they want to be good at what they do when it's time for them to do a competition, but they understand they can impact the game as well. this group knows when to play, when not to play, how to be involved. And that, you bring in the atmosphere, bring in the party, student section gets involved, and we're at home. That just makes a big, big difference. I don't know how much the players on the field really notice that or not, but for the fans, it kind of jacks them up and makes a good atmosphere.
Well, I'm going to call it the south end of the end zone, unless somebody wants to correct me, but our band is more towards the south end of this field. So when North Lamar, if they get to drive tonight towards our end zone, it'll be interesting just to see how loud that they can get. And there's definitely been some times where the bands have impacted drawing someone off sides. Maybe the offensive line isn't able to hear the cadence, and they jump off a little.
Hey, you mentioned somebody jumping off sides. Let's talk about last week's game a little bit. Do you think we set between the two teams, maybe some kind of world record for flags being thrown in a game?
I would say that's the most flags I think I've ever seen. And what it does, it kind of takes people away from the game. I think when there's just no rhythm in a game when things like that happen.
It's just not near as much fun.
No, it's not. Like, you can't get a rhythm like on the offense or defensive side. Right. There's just, even if the penalty's against the other team, like, it just feels like something's going wrong in that case.
And you can totally understand that when it's an obvious personal foul, a face mask, something like that. But we all know in high school football, on every single play, you can call holding. Somebody's holding somewhere.
I think at every level, it doesn't matter, high school, college, NFL, there's going to be a holding call somewhere.
Usually you expect the officials to look and say, okay, that play is running to the right. The holding's way over there on the left side of the field. Didn't impact the play. Let it go. But I think these officials last week, they wanted to get their money's worth.
Oh, yeah. And we have replay up here. We disagreed on a couple of the calls and thought they might have been anticipated flags. They looked like they were going to be a flag, and they decided to throw it anyways. But that's not our job. They have an incredibly hard job too down there.
Sure.
They're probably better at it than I am. I can tell you that. But from the bird's eye, I think we can all agree that it was a little too much last week.
Well, I'll give Harrison Wright a shout out because he watches game day quite often, and I don't know if he's on yet, but on Saturday morning he sent me the text. Did PG set a world record for penalties last night? And then he even said both teams together, and I actually did try to go find some stats and could not find any, but it did seem like the game slowed down quite a bit.
Somebody told me, I don't know if this is accurate or not, because I didn't go back to try to see if it was, but they said there was a 7-man officiating crew last week, and typically you don't have a 7-man crew, so that's a whole lot more eyes, watching all that's going on.
No, I did notice that they did have an extra person, and normally that's going to be an indication of training. So he definitely learned how to pull the flag out, whichever referee it was.
And North Lamar is making their way out from under the stadium, and Pleasant Grove is taking the field, running out of their tunnel right now. So according to the official clock here in the stadium, we are about 7 minutes away from the kickoff. We should be having the national anthem coming up here pretty soon, along with other pregame activities.
And I always love it when the schools go back to the paper rip-through. So the Panthers cheerleaders have done some painting earlier this week, so it's always good to see a little old school in there.
Yeah, you always know that nowadays when they're doing those paper rip-throughs, somebody's got their phone out, videoing it, looking for the crash and burn when everybody's going to fall. That's the fun of these.
My sophomore year, we were playing Argyle at when was it? It was at Royce City when we beat them, and we were all running out of the tunnel and we all fell. Pretty embarrassing moment.
Well, you're so old that probably wasn't captured on.
Oh, it was captured.
A thousand iPhones.
I think PGTV
sure
captured
they had to.
it. Yeah, it was pretty good.
We may need to have Morgan track that down. Maybe we could show that later in the season.
Here comes North Lamar running onto the field, breaking that paper banner that we were just talking about.
I counted 23. I may have missed one, but North Lamar is a little light in the number of players that they have. And
I would say coaches. I think right now I only count 5 coaches on the sideline, which is, I mean, that's tough.
Well, it's been a few moons since I was in high school, but I believe we had 4.
Yeah, exactly. I think when I left high school here at Pleasant Grove, I think we had 6. I think Coach Gibson now has 16, which is awesome. The way he's built the program, built the salaries, and everything picked up.
Looks like they're going to take captains onto the field for the coin toss before we do the national anthem. That's the way it appears anyway.
Welcome to R.O. Maddox Stadium for tonight's matchup between the visiting Pleasant Grove Hawks and the North Lamar Panthers. The Panthers are led by coaches Brenton Whitaker, Grant Ducker, Justin Stout, Kyle Longquist, Michael Pointer, and Patrick Watkins. Representing the Panthers tonight for the point at number 2, Dawson Doherty, 12, Jose Maharis.
Got captains on the field for North Lamar this evening. Number 2 is Dawson Doherty. Number 12 is Jose Maharis. Number 15 is Bryce Jackson. And number 64 is Justin Daughtry.
And until we learn the names, we may be a little slow because we don't have lights in our press box tonight.
You don't have lights in the deer stand, right?
I don't think that works out very well. Unless you have them on all the time.
Please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
And now we're going to be pausing and taking a little break here for the playing of the national anthem. Great job by the North Lamar band tonight. I noticed in their warming up, it's not just their high school. They were speaking out, saying that they had 8th graders in there and some 7th graders, so some of the middle school is combined in there. Don't know if that's an every week thing or just this game. Good job nonetheless.
Looks like Pleasant Grove's going to kick off first and start this game.
North Lamar sending 2 guys back deep to receive the kickoff. Number 1, Braden McCormick, and number 10, Rhett Bestful. Most of the time, Pleasant Grove does a pooch kick over to the right side of the field, which would be our side where we are right now, the North Lamar side. Enrique Rios teeing the ball up for the Grove.
Number 12, Enrique Villar.
Number 10 is actually their leading tackler. And as a defensive back, when they are leading your team in tackles, that's generally not good on the defensive side.
So went away from the norm, kicked it deep. That kickoff is taken by number 10 for the Panthers. That is Rhett Bestful on the opening kickoff. Brings the ball all the way out to about the 32-yard line where they'll begin this possession.
I'm glad to see Garrett Harrison making that stop. Good to see him back on the football field this year.
It was a great tackle right there. Ran through it, put his head across, and delivered a nice blow to the returner.
Jay, I'm agreeing with you on the need for lights here. I'm on the struggle bus a little bit. North Lamar sends a man in motion. There's a quarterback keeper around the left side. He's got plenty of room. He's taken out of bounds about the 44-yard line. The quarterback is number 2, Dawson Doherty.
Looked like our outside backer kind of got trapped inside there, kind of thought the guy gave it off to the fullback right there and didn't necessarily stay outside to, I guess, for his job.
McFadden was there to at least press him to go out of bounds.
Doherty's a senior quarterback for this Panthers team. We were talking earlier about the numbers on the sideline here for the Panthers, about 23, 24 players. So when you've got seniors that are just sticking around and grinding it out, even when it's difficult, you got to be proud of those kinds of guys. Doherty keeps it again this time, nowhere to go. He's taken down by several Hawks in the backfield.
And Lance Jackson was one of those there at the stop.
Lance kind of had a coming out party, last week in that game against Pittsburgh. He got a couple of sacks in that one. Kind of looking like another number 40 that we remember.
Looks like Torion Phillips got the start tonight at safety, which everybody probably knows of Torrey Phillips, his younger brother, a sophomore this year at Pleasant Grove, and looks like he's getting the start tonight on the defense.
I guess that's in place. Was it Ketchum that got hurt last week?
Yes.
Doherty hands it off this time, but there's nowhere to go. The Hawks swarm him up the gut.
Corbin Franklin right there filled the gap really fast. He was in the backfield before the dude even knew what to do.
See a little extra energy on the defensive side tonight.
Well, when you're a team like Pleasant Grove that's kind of struggled some this year and you get a chance to play where you think, okay, we ought to be able to be dominant, you get excited and you want to take an opportunity and do that and enjoy it.
And that shows a mature young team is when they do those kind of things. If they dominate tonight, it's a good sign for the future.
Doherty's rolling out to his right. He's under pressure. Screen play. It's going to get picked, and that's going to go to the house for the Hawks.
And that is McFadden on the pick six.
McFadden read that from about 10 yards deep. We could see him breaking on the ball. I hope we get a replay of that for you guys that are watching online. He saw that from a mile away. Here's your replay. He's way back here.
Great play right there with the throwback screen. And I wish y'all were here to see Coach Darby on the sideline, the defensive coordinator. Man, he was going crazy on the sideline. It was awesome to see him.
The extra point is good by Enrique Rios, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, last week, North Lamar was limited to 7 yards of passing. So I don't anticipate us seeing much passing tonight. Of course, that was going to be a little throwback to try to catch some folks looking in the backfield.
And the only person that was over there is the one that got the pick, too. So good thing he did get the pick, because I don't think there was another Hawk player over there.
I didn't see what the official signal was on the penalty, but the Hawks declined it, whatever it was. So the point after is good. So we have 10 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the Hawks have drawn first blood on a defensive pick six to give the Hawks a 7-0 lead. And so we're going to tee it up, and let's try to do it all again.
Looks like Doherty and McCormick are going to be back to receive the kick again.
Lucas, you were talking about Darby, earlier. He's just a ball of energy.
Oh,
and
man.
It's fun to watch him.
Yeah, he's a great coach and even probably a better person too. He's one of those guys that when he walks into the room, he's going to light it up. And with his energy, his positive attitude, the way he acts around people is definitely contagious to the team.
The kickoff is taken by Bestville, number 10. Works his way up past the 20-yard line to about the 23.5, 24-yard line, where Panthers will begin this possession.
Panthers brought down by Corbin Franklin for the Hawks. Panthers will take over at their own 25.
Doherty's under center for North Lamar. Keeps it again around the right side. Might have got a yard, maybe two.
It's always an interesting series after a defense gets a touchdown, the way they come out and try to respond, and the next series usually it's usually kind of bad sometimes for the defense because they're just out there and they get a touchdown. They're really excited. Hopefully right here Pleasant Grove gets a stand and gets off the field and lets Pleasant Grove's offense come on.
Toss out to number 8. That is Eric Kent around the left side for the Panthers. He's pushed out of bounds.
McFadden came in for that stop there.
Looked like the quarterback turned and wanted to pitch it the wrong way and ended up making a great toss over the top of about 8 different people. And it's pretty unique, actually, how that just happened.
I think the coach and North Lamar fans may have taken a gulp there when the ball went up. It was a floater.
Ball's 31-yard line. It is 3rd down. We're going to get a false start on this one.
Those 3rd and long is definitely not what North Lamar is going to want to have too many tonight, just because they haven't utilized the passing game as much as you would probably need to be able to get that 3rd and long.
Doherty rolls out, throws to his right. Ball is tipped up in the air. Several people had an opportunity, but it falls to the ground incomplete.
Lance Jackson was there with the pressure and really forced the quarterback to throw it a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers. The punter's coming on. That's number 9, Blake Hildreth. Back to receive for the Hawks is going to be Jalen Boardley. Imagine we'll see the Hawks go after this a little bit. Not so much. Ball kind of went off the side of his foot and is down to about the 41-yard line. So you've got 8 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Hawks will begin this possession at the 41. First chance to see the Hawks offense this evening. What do you think we'll see?
A lot of Bordley.
I think that we will see quite a bit of Bordley tonight.
I would imagine too. I think we're going to want to see some practice in the run game, some good work for the O-line, and go clock go.
Looks like we've got him up on the high side.
About to chunk it on first down. Nope. Toss over to JoJo Bailey around the left side. He is near the first down.
I don't even think Bordley's in the game right now.
No, he's over there standing next to Coach.
He must have a tired defensive side.
Gain of about 9 for JoJo Bailey, so it's second down and 1.
And he might just go ahead and tell Coach, leave Bordley over there. I got this.
Halter hands it. Was that Bordley right there?
Davion Stewart.
25. Yeah.
I saw a 5. I couldn't see the other number.
Looked like he fumbled at the end of that play, but he was lucky enough to
Got
get
it back. Yeah. So Stewart did pick up the first down.
He looked good hitting that hole right there.
And it does look like our offense is getting some pushback.
Oh, ground calls the fumble.
So handoff to Stewart again, right up the same hole. He's got plenty of room, takes it in for the Pleasant Grove score.
Had a cutback there that looked good.
That's about a 19-yard run for Davion.
Yeah, he hit that hole, and he saw that linebacker make a nice cut on him, and the rest is history.
Point after is good. That is Enrique Rios off the hold of Alex Galvan. So on the first possession, let's count them. 1, 2, 3 plays? 4 plays. 4 plays in for the Hawks to get their first offensive score. They lead by a score of 14-0 with 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, and that line was explosive each of those plays, and so that's going to be a good confidence builder, going into the next couple of games. Last week, Liberty Allo, basically won 56-0, which is what we beat North Lamar last year. It was 56-0. So it's going to be interesting to see this PG Liberty Allo matchup, and then you're going to see that PG Gilmer matchup.
Yeah, if you read message boards and those kinds of things, for whatever those are worth, and just kind of hear community talk, for a long time it's been that wasn't expecting much of a game between PG and LE. This year, I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. Hawks kickoff went out of bounds. That's called a false start on the kickoff.
Yeah, it's not too often that high schools sell out both visitor and home side, but that PG Liberty Allo game will be sold out.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah. If Pleasant Grove takes care of business the next couple of weeks, and LE also, I guess they're playing Gilmer the week before us. But,
right.
They take care of business. You never know. And I think it will be a pretty good showing by Texarkana.
North Lamar is going to begin this possession at about the 16, that's not correct, 13-yard line.
I think that's a wrong spot. It should be from the touchback spot, 5 yards.
Doherty tossed it on the option this time. He had a little bit of room on the left side, but the turf monster got him, brought him down about the 15-yard line. That was number 9 for the Panthers, Blake Hildreth.
Number 8, carrying for the Panthers, gain of 4.
And Blake is actually their backup quarterback, should he be needed, and he's only a sophomore. He's averaging just over 4 yards a carry this year.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout called by North Lamar.
Timeout Panthers.
Well, we're going to take a break right here while they take a break on the field. We'll go to commercial, and we see you back here in just a little bit.
AmCare Clinic is seeking to change the way that multi-specialty medicine is delivered. We believe that a meaningful one-on-one relationship with our patients is at the core of every successful outcome. Our staff is ready to welcome you to our family expert providers. Our mission is to keep you healthy and live an enjoyable life.
Welcome to Eagle Dental Center's location on Moores Lane in Texarkana. Owned and operated by local dentists, each room is well appointed with a clean and inviting environment. Clinical technology has advanced, and so have we. Using the latest equipment and techniques, we adhere to all CDC guidelines. Our doctors are here for you and will carefully listen to your concerns to improve your oral health. To join the Eagle Dental family, visit our website, eagledentaltxk.com.
We're back from the break. North Lamar is back on the field. It is 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. We've got a flag on the play. This false start is called against North Lamar, and that's just a backbreaker when you come out of a timeout that your team called, and then you follow that when you should be coming prepared, you follow it with a penalty. That just hurts. It's a good opportunity for the Pleasant Grove defense in this game. They've been giving up about an average of 28 points a game. So far right now, they're helping that average a whole lot. So once again, a flag on the play. Might begin to have flashbacks of last week.
False start against the Panthers, 5-yard penalty.
We definitely want to take this time out to thank our premier sponsors, that being Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, State Bank, and Greg Orr Auto. Without those 3 sponsors, we definitely could not be bringing this to you tonight. For those of you that decided to stay 90 miles away from R.L. Maddox Stadium.
Doherty keeps it. He is going to be taken down in the end zone. They're going to call him down at the 1-yard line, so not a safety. The Hawks are signaling safety, of course. Officials are saying down at the 1.
Dawson Doherty hit for a loss by number 30, Corey Martin, and number 40, Lance Jackson for the Hawks.
Tackles for the Hawks were made by Coy Martin and Lance Jackson.
And they got back there rather quickly.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 22. It's not where you want to be with your team in the end zone, the wrong end zone. Hawks send some pressure right up the middle, beat him in the hole. They're not signaling.
Well, this guy signaled touchdown.
Touchdown,
yeah. One official.
You have to put those hands together.
Yeah, one official was spotting him down at the 1, and the other official was signaling touchdown. In the south. Now we're calling safety. The white hat official has said safety.
Safety for the Hawks.
That might be one of those, in the South, we kind of say bless their heart.
Yeah, this guy might hear an earful down here in a second.
When, the defense dialed up that pressure and was able to produce 2 points. So the defense has outscored the offense tonight.
Yeah. Got 5 minutes and 34 seconds still in the first quarter. It feels like it's been a long first quarter, even though if you're a Hawk fan, you're kind of enjoying it. Hawks are up 16-0 right now. Keelan Billy takes the kickoff and looks like he's got all kinds of room. One man left to beat, and the kicker just does a good enough job. That was the number 1, Braden McCormick, does just enough to get in his way and not let him get his wheels rolling.
I'm sure Keelan was bright-eyed on that one after about the first 10 yards that he had the ball, because that seam definitely opened up for him.
If I was watching film on Pleasant Grove, that is one guy I would not kick to, because he's probably leading the area in the most return yardage, I'd imagine, this year.
He has done a good job. He's got one for a touchdown and several long ones.
Yes.
He just has the ability to be able to see the field so well once he gets the ball.
And he hits it. He hits it hard.
The Hawks' second offensive possession, already in the red zone. Halter completes the pass to Jalen Borley. A little shucking and jiving. He's got the first down. Pushed out of bounds. About the 5, looks like from here. Maybe even the 4.
Halter just continues to look poised back there whenever he's throwing those passes.
So in just one play, the Hawks have it 1st and goal. That's a handoff to Borley, goes right and then works it back into the middle.
He definitely made that look easy.
One cut, and then we did great cut right there. I think that's his 11th touchdown of the year, I believe. 11th rushing touchdown, I should say.
That makes his 9th rushing touchdown.
Maybe 11th total touchdown.
Probably so. But when it's kind of rolling like this, you're going to have some offensive guys for Pleasant Grove saying, hey, coach, I can play D, you know. I want to get on the field.
I'd like to see Keelan on the offensive side.
Yeah. I don't know if Darby would let Coach Gibson take him, though, because, you know, he's a big workhorse out at that corner spot for us. So it'd be interesting to see what Coach Darby would say. I think Darby would be like, no, I think we're good, you know. Let's leave Keelan on kickoff return. That's about the only offense I want to see him.
This is one of those, I think, will be a game where it's just kind of, it's odd in a sense, where you want to be good sports. You know that North Lamar is a little down this year, and you want to be respectful of that. But if you're Pleasant Grove, you've been through some tough games too, and you want to have a little bit of fun, let some guys break it loose, and remember, man, it's just a ball game. It's supposed to be a good time. So finding that balance and how to do that, I think, is kind of difficult.
I think it's important for our young kids, you know, to
reps.
get their confidence back too, get reps. You know, because I mean, this is their 7th game that they've ever played on varsity on Friday night. So there's not a lot of experience on this team, and I think games like this help a lot.
And that's why I was looking forward to seeing our offensive line and how they were going to play, because, you know, they've got the Argyle and Carthage game that they had to get through, and, you know, thank goodness we are through.
Oh, big tackle there. That handoff was to number 8, Eric Kent.
Colin Manning came and just laid the wood. Got stood up by one of his teammates perfectly to be able to do that.
You know, as we talk about young guys needing to get reps, there's guys, too, like Caleb Hackelman, who's one of our offensive linemen. He's a sophomore. but never played a down of football in his life until his freshman year. He didn't grow up playing little kid football, didn't grow up at a place where he had middle school football. First time he strapped on the pads was his freshman year of high school. So he's a varsity starter, this year that has very little reps actually under his belt.
And the guy you just mentioned, Hackleman, man, I've been really impressed. I mean, you could see from day one the way his footwork was, that he was going to be a special player. Then you just got to get those different techniques down and get your footwork, learn how to hit people. Just different techniques that you need for that, and that takes a lot of reps. People don't realize that. I think a lot of people probably in the stands don't realize how much actually work it takes to be a really good football player.
I was talking with some guys this week at a men's lunch during the week, and they said, the only people that watch offensive linemen are coaches, daddies of offensive linemen, and the offensive linemen themselves. Nobody else knows what's going on, but it's such an important job. Toss out to the left side.
Victor Shaw was out there to make that stop.
That toss again was to Eric Kent.
Takes us to the 3-minute mark. North Lamar punting to Mr. Boardley.
So number 9, Blake Hildreth back to punt. Got the punt away. Heard whistles. I think we have flags once again. I sure thought I heard whistles early in that play. Now I see the late flag, but I don't see a flag.
It looks like Jalen may have touched it, portrayed the fact that he didn't to the player, didn't realize he needed to get on the ball and shoved the North Lamar guy in the back. And apparently the referee did not think that was a legal play.
Yeah, I think Boardley thought, or it looked like he touched the ball.
I thought he did too.
And so I think he was trying to get the ball back and shove the guy out of the way to get the ball. It'll be interesting to see what the call is here.
Well, I think his slight delay, he's waving it off.
Waving the flag off.
He did have a slight delay once the ball did hit him. That caused the North Lamar guy to sort of slow up. And then I think he realized his error.
I think he got to the ball and he looked, oh, should I catch it? Should I not? And then obviously we saw what happened.
2:31 left in the first quarter. Hawks come to the line of scrimmage. Halter takes it back, looking downfield, all kinds of pressure on him, and he gets hit right in the mouth.
Well, and a good play by number 64 there to be able to get back there, Justin Daughtry, to be able to make that play.
There's a replay for it and see what happened here. Look, somebody just missed a block. There's nobody home there. Those D linemen love that. Give me a free shot. Let me come full speed. That's good stuff.
Jared may be discussing that right now.
And I don't think it was a blitz.
Oh, Halter had this man. He is going to hate seeing that in film. That pass was intended for 17. Ben Bricker had him open and just kind of overthrew it a little bit, so it's going to bring up 3rd down. There is a flag on the play. Holding called against the Hawks. So it's going to go back to 2nd down over. Loss of yards and play 2nd down again.
I think I may have taken a 3rd and 10.
Resulting in a 10-yard penalty.
I think it was going to be a 3rd and 15.
Oh, yeah, it was already out. I was taking a 3rd and 15.
Looks like they're going to decline it.
Looks like they're changing their mind now. And that is it, yeah. Holding against the Hawks, and the Panthers have declined. So the ball is at the 29-yard line to bring up, according to what we see on the scoreboard, 3rd and 27. Halter hands it off to R.J. Collins. Collins has all kinds of room. gets the majority of the yardage back. He's got the ball out to the 44-yard line to bring up 4th down.
Number 4 for the Panthers, Aiden Exum.
In a situation like this, you go for it till the defense can prove that they can stop you.
I think Collins was about 1 block away from being able to get that one all the way to the house there. I like to watch him run. He's got really good feet, explodes when he gets rolling. He's got another gear once he gets free.
I'm Bordley out wide here. I would expect it to.
Toss out to Collins again. So RJ picks up the Pleasant Grove 1st down as the ball comes out to the 46-yard line.
But that is enough for a Pleasant Grove 1st down.
And that takes us under a minute.
I know we need to see the running game work a whole lot, but I'd like to see just as much work on the passing game. The more confidence you can give to a freshman quarterback, the better off we'll be. A ball on the ground right there.
Jarrett did a great job getting that ball back because it was definitely in a North Lamar hand before he ripped it back out.
Clock is winding down on the 1st quarter, and it looks like both teams are going to be satisfied to let it go to zeros as we end up that 1st quarter. So it'll be a 23-0 lead for Pleasant Grove as we prepare to go to the 2nd quarter. Let's go to a commercial break here while we take a little moment to swap sides.
Welcome to Texarkana Magazine.
Where everyone is famous in their hometown.
Every month we have the privilege of interviewing guests and sharing their inspiring stories with you.
You can find Texarkana Magazine at many locations around town. Look for us on the 1st of each month where we publish a new print issue and online every Tuesday.
We'd love to connect with you. Check us out online at txkmag.com and follow us on social media.
Stay famous, Texarkana.
We are back from the break. It is 2nd down. Ball is at the 48-yard line. Pleasant Grove beginning the 2nd quarter. Halter under center, sends RJ Collins in motion on the jet sweep and gives it to him around the right side. Collins has got lots of room. He's grabbed by 1 blue jersey that slows him up and able to make him get out of bounds near the 25-yard line, 26-yard line.
And he had Bordley out in front of him, who did a great job blocking downfield.
Yeah, that was a big hit by Bordley out in front. You can see it right here.
Not often do your wide receivers get pancakes.
Got a drop snap again. Not sure if that's coming from the center or the quarterback or a combination of the two, but we've had a couple mishandles tonight.
Looks like we're going to have a new center come in. Or a whole new offensive line, actually. No.
I do see Lance Jackson in there, so maybe we can work on that passing.
Daryl Smith just went out. He's been a starter. Caleb Hackelman just went out. He's been a starter. So everyone's running a different package right now. That is 22. JoJo Bailey around the right side for Pleasant Grove. He takes the ball down inside the 10, near the 5. It'll be a Pleasant Grove 1st and goal.
There's a lot of shifting and going on that run. It was a great.
I saw a big stiff arm in there at the beginning of the run.
Bailey on the carry, taken down by a crew of Panthers near the 4-yard line.
Bordley get that one? Jalen Bordley took it right up the middle for another score. That's his 2nd of this evening.
When you get to about the 2 or 3 yard line with Pleasant Grove, I can guarantee you who's going to get the ball.
Yeah, it's not a hard decision at all. Enrique Rios' point after is good. So you've got 10:31 left in the first half with the Pleasant Grove Hawks have a 30-0 lead. You know, we're talking about Jalen Bordley. He's got his second rushing touchdown of the night, so that gives him 10 rushing scores on the season. And coming into this game, had him down in the stats as averaging about 4.9 yards per carry, and I would say that goes up a little bit tonight. But the great thing you like about the wing tee, if you can average, 3 to 5, 3 to 6 yards a carry, I mean, you can't be stopped.
No, I mean, it's simple math, right?
Right.
Well, 3 more and he ties the record in the game. Melvin Gray has it at 5.
When he was the quarterback, I'm going to guess.
And in 2010, he had 5 touchdowns against Mount Vernon, and the following year he had 4.
Oh,
against Mount
2010. Vernon. So he was the running back that year, and in 2011 he was the quarterback. And we switched from a spread to the I formation and then to the triple option.
Rios set the kickoff for the Hawks. Number 1, Braden McCormick, and 10, Rhett Bestwell back to receive.
Rios kicking deep on this kickoff, and that is taken by McCormick. McCormick looked a little uncertain there and just kind of stopped in his tracks. There is a flag on the play near the 20-yard line. Remind you tonight as you're watching this ball game, if you don't subscribe to the Texarkana Game Day YouTube channel, encourage you to go do that, or like and follow Texarkana Game Day on Facebook, or go to your app store and download the app. Would love to for you to become a part of the Texarkana Game Day family.
Holding penalty against the Panthers.
I didn't see what the penalty was. Did you guys pick that up?
It was holding on the Panthers.
Backs the ball up to the 8-yard line. First down for the Panthers. Let's see who got it. Is that number 8?
Yeah, they ran the full triple option there. They pulled it from the fullback, and the quarterback ended up pitching out there. That's a sweet play right there.
I think actually number 9 was the one who ended up running the ball. Number 8 was wrapped up, because that's who I was actually watching on the line.
Number 9 would be Blake Hildreth. I thought they were going to show a replay if we can get it right. First down for the Panthers. Several Hawks right there meet the running back at the line of scrimmage, led by Victor Shaw.
Yeah, there was no doubt in Victor Shaw's mind who had the ball on that play. Blocking the screenplay, maybe.
Well, I don't know. The last time they did that screenplay, they might be having that in the back of their mind. But if they go back and watch, it was only one guy over there. It was a good setup play.
Busted play, nowhere to go, and couldn't get out of the traffic. Doherty is taken down for a loss.
Dawson Doherty on the carry, hit by number 57, Joseph Bailey for the Hawks.
Bailey disrupted that play from the very beginning.
Loss on the play.
Brings up 3rd down and 13 for North Lamar.
Be about 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Time they hike the ball.
Doherty drops back to pass, and he's got pressure all over him, brought by number 7, B.J. Rayfield for Pleasant Grove.
For a loss by number number 7, B.J. Rayfield for the Hawks.
Doherty is dropped
4th down for the Panthers.
at the 9-yard line to bring up 4th down and long, 4th and 21.
Pleasant Grove defense there, as far as the backfield, did a great job keeping each one of their players marked. The quarterback had no chance to even have a look.
It's obvious the way that punt went as you watch the teams that Pleasant Grove just wasn't going to go after it.
It really looked like a false start before the play, but
Big punt by,
I don't know, it kind of looked weird. It kind of looked
It
like,
looked really odd, yeah.
yeah, I was going to say, our guys kind of went off sides, and then the ball was snapped, and it was like, I don't know. But then nothing was called, so.
But nonetheless, the ball is down at the 47-yard line as Pleasant Grove begins this drive with 7:21 left in the first half and a 30-0 lead. You know, there are some young guys on the Hawks sideline saying, "Put me in, coach, I'm ready." Probably some mamas and daddies in the stands wanting that too. Bordley at the top of the formation as a wideout. Ben Bricker down at the bottom of the formation as another wideout. Pass to Bordley. We got a little wide receiver screen. Another flag on the play at the 45-yard line.
I think RJ held him and let him go so that he could tackle Bordley on that play.
You can see the replay on your screen there. Yeah, we can say we had a little hold in there. That qualifies.
10-yard penalty against the Hawks.
With the way the offense has been moving the ball,
20 yards to go.
it's first down.
I believe that's JoJo Bailey.
Working on a little spread right here, it looks like, with Pleasant Grove and shotgun.
We had Bordley at the top, and we had Garrett Harrison, the backup quarterback, was at the bottom as their wideout.
It's always good to see these new little wrinkles that start appearing during the district games.
And I imagine right now would be a perfect time to start working on some things. And there's nothing worse than defensive coordinators now they have to prepare for a bunch of different things during the week rather than just one.
Bordley in motion, a give to him around the left side. He has got some room. Bordley will probably take this to the house, down to the 20. One man has a shot. Bordley took it in for the score. That's his third touchdown of the night. That will bring him on to the what am I trying to say? The rushing touchdowns in one game. That'll put him in the third part of the list, tied for third.
And still has 2.5 quarters left of football.
If they let him stay that long.
He better get his in 6 minutes. Is what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He's now tied with a couple of good running backs in the past. Last name maybe Garrett. Does that ring a bell to either one of you? Bruce actually had 2 games where he scored 3, and then KJ Hicks in the regional championship against Gilmer.
2 really good running backs right there.
Had 3. It's a good crowd to be.
A couple 2019 alumni.
You were talking about Melvin Gray earlier. He's on there twice, had a game with 5 scores and a game with 4.
I was always amazed at the record that TJ Cole broke in 2017 because it was held since 1988 by one of my fellow classmates, Terrence Tucker, who had 23. And we didn't play too many playoff games back then, so he did that in a shorter season than what some of these guys did that are on that record book. But to still be number 2, I think they did go like 2 or 3 games deep that year.
I'm not real sure what that was. I thought it was about to be like a reverse. And then the ball carrier just went to the ground. I really thought it was about to be a reverse.
I think sometimes they overthink it a little bit when they're on the kickoff return. You know, hey, if a ball comes to you, don't run with it. And then a ball like that, you're like, oh, coach told me not to run with it, so I'm going to drop.
Panthers begin this possession at the 20-yard line with 6:06 left in the first half, down 37-0. Doherty hands it off this time up the left side. Panthers got positive yards out of it.
Number 6, Blaze Walton on the carry for the Panthers for a gain of 3 on the play.
That give was to Blaze Walton, number 6. He's a junior running back for North Lamar. Got an injury timeout on the field.
Did roll over and up on his feet.
Pretty good limp walking on.
It's one of the linemen, Joseph Bailey. He's kind of got that cramp waddle, but I'm not sure if that's what happened.
And this could be a little night of cramps if they didn't hydrate all day long.
Second down and 6 from North Lamar at the 24-yard line. Doherty hands it off right up the middle. Short gain, maybe a yard, maybe not quite that.
Pleasant Grove was bringing in some pressure there, and Riley Hopkins made that stop there. And had he not, he may have had a few yards to get into our secondary.
Or number 1?
Number 1.
That's McCormick. McCormick's a junior running back.
And that is the first time I believe we've had the opportunity to call Reese Elrod's name.
It is. Not a lot of plays have made it to his.
Going the other way, yeah.
Or even made it to him yet.
I'm surprised we haven't seen some pressure coming from Reese. I mean, just sending him. Coming this side, Doherty's rolling out. His pass was intended for number 10, Rhett Bestful, but it falls incomplete, thrown a little bit high.
And that was actually Torian Phillips who was there on the stop.
I think he's a player that's going to develop into a really, really good player.
You were talking about his brother earlier, and his brother's at Tyler Junior College right now, along with a handful of other Hawks that are there as well.
Yeah, Torion's a great basketball player. Was a starter on varsity last year as a freshman. And the dude can play some basketball, but I think he's going to be a really, really good football player in the future.
Hawks D-line got off on the ball really well that time.
Looks like Ezra Youngblood was there to make that stop.
Tackle made by 34, Ezra Youngblood.
Ezra's just a good kid, man. He doesn't make a lot of noise, not a lot of flash in what he does, but he's consistent. You need him there, he's going to be there, and you like that out of a guy.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a guy that comes in and fills for Jalen Bordley when Bordley gets tired on the defensive side, and you need guys that can come in and fill those situations at a high level.
Lance Jackson got in on the quarterback, but quarterback didn't have the ball.
Well, Victor Shaw was there to limit that to a very short gain, bringing up a 4th down.
Victor Shaw on the tackle for the Hawks. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, I've seen Lance throw down about 5 players so far that did not have the ball.
That's what you do in this kind of offense.
You have to.
You have one job, and if you start looking in the backfield, then usually your guy ends up getting the ball and running right past you.
And then you have to make that long jog back to coach.
Yeah, and that's never a good thing.
Doherty's rolling to the right, a lot of pressure on him. Nobody gets him. He's looking downfield, receiver wide open. That is complete to number 12, Jose Mijares.
McFadden was there, but he was just coming across the field to a scrambling quarterback.
We had guys all around him back there to make sacks, but it seems like they were just looking around, kind of didn't see who had the ball, thought another guy had the ball, and that's why this offense is so tricky sometimes.
Yeah, Lance may get some longer cleats put in his shoes.
So that's a 1st down for the Panthers at the 45-yard line on Pleasant Grove side of the field. Give there to number 9, Blake Hildreth on the carry.
And this is only one of the few fields that we will play on this year that actually has grass.
Yeah, I don't know if you talked about the screw-in shoes. I don't even know if they even make those really anymore because nobody has.
You saying I'm old?
Grass. Not saying you're old. I'm saying those shoes are old. But if you wore them, then that's another story.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Ball is down at the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half as the Panthers come back to the line of scrimmage on the Hawks side of the field. Doherty dumps it off on his left side. One of the Hawks had a shot at it, but it falls incomplete.
And McFadden was there, and he was trying to come down with it, but North Lamar actually did a good job becoming the defensive player, knocking the ball out of his hands. Minute 45, I would imagine the defense is having some talks amongst themselves to keep this goose egg on the board.
Doherty gives it up the middle. Eric Kent on the carry. And he picked up another Panther 1st down.
And that was a good run.
That was. He ran real tough right there, broke a couple tackles and fought for that 1st down. And North Lamar has a good drive going on this drive right here. The couple completed passes, some really good runs, big 3rd down situations that they've completed.
There was a host of Hawks there, but Keelan Benton came up and made a great play there.
That was Jose Mijares on the carry for the Panthers. Doherty under all kinds of pressure. The sack is just missed. He's blown up out of bounds and pass falls incomplete. Lance Jackson was in big time pursuit and just missed him.
Yeah, it was good to see Lance open up a little bit right there. It looked real good.
Takes us to under 40 seconds. We're at 38.2 seconds with this 3rd down play. Reverse.
Reverse to McCormick, and he has got a receiver open and doesn't get the ball there. So McCormick's pass falls incomplete.
You don't see that play every day. That was a great, I mean, he was wide open. That's a great call right there.
He had his guy open. The difficult thing in that is you got a guy running the opposite way trying to throw against the grain,
yes,
you know?
Exactly. That's what makes it so unique.
Yep.
That's when you have to have that left-handed player throwing that ball.
Little Patrick Mahomes.
So it's easy to watch that on the screen and go, oh, you got to complete that. It's a harder play than you think.
Yeah, especially when people are chasing you, trying to kill you.
Yeah. Lance Jackson makes that one.
That's what he's been looking for the other two plays.
I believe that's going to put Lance Jackson, I think it puts him in first for sacks for individual defense, you know, this season. I think that's 4 for him.
And that's the last couple weeks.
Yeah, that's right. And Pittsburgh was his first 2, and then he's got 2 tonight.
I think we're going to see him rack up on some sacks in the future here at Pleasant Grove.
Sure hope so. Jared Halter throws downfield to Jackson. And they were saying he was out of bounds. He makes the catch, but they're calling him out of bounds.
Pass was complete number 40, Lance Jackson, but out of bounds. Second down for the Hawks.
I wonder if Lance knows that his brother had 17 sacks.
I bet you he does.
And I bet you he's going to gun for it.
Yeah, the only years that Landon Jackson didn't make the record book for sacks were the years that he had surgery. If he was on the field, he broke records. Let's give Davian Stewart once again. Davian's breaking tackles, getting up the right side. He's got a first down for the Grove. There's 15 seconds left in the first half.
Number 25, Davian Stewart on the carry for the Hawks.
And that may be it.
I think we called a timeout.
Also an L drive for the Panthers.
I think he wants these first-string guys to work a little 2-minute drive right here, especially out of this new offense that we're running right now.
Yeah, I know you want to score touchdowns for sure. I'd love to see us give a kicker a chance to kick a field goal. We just don't do that a lot. You know, last season, I don't know if we even had a field goal attempt last year or not. I'd sure like to see those guys have some experience before it comes to a time when it's completely necessary. We could have our own little Texas A&M versus Alabama moment from this past week. The big kick at the end.
What a game that was.
Halter's just throwing it down deep. That ball is juggled all over the place and then picked off finally by a North Lamar player. It's going to take us down to 4 seconds left in the first half.
And that was a great call right there, I think, by the umpire. I think the ball was on his chest the whole time.
You can see the replay there on your screen. It was kicked up and tipped up, and then finally a blue jersey got it.
It's a pretty good throw right there by Halter. He looked like he kind of put it right in the basket, and then obviously a tough catch that RJ would have had to make. But then great defensive play right there by North Lamar guy, just staying with it all the way through.
I think some of those defensive players were ready to go to the locker room.
Doherty looked like he was wanting to try to throw it, or maybe a little delayed draw or something, but
nobody was there.
Nothing happening, so he just goes to the ground once again. I'm not sure who got him down.
Well, Victor Shaw got another tackle for loss.
So that's a great first half if you're a Pleasant Grove fan. The Hawks go to halftime with a 37-0 lead. I would expect that when we come back to second half, we'll see the starters at least begin the second half. Usually you kind of let them get going again and want them to come out of halftime with some momentum and get back on the field and do well. Anything you guys want to say before we go to the halftime festivities?
Would love to be in the locker room to see how this first half is, repped by the coaches and see how they come out for the second half.
For sure. All right, Pleasant Grove is taking the field for the halftime with the marching bands, and so we're going to go to halftime, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Our 2021-2022 Showstopper officers are Junior Lieutenant Skylar Camp, Junior Lieutenant Edie Neal, Senior Lieutenant Hannah Holland, Senior Lieutenant Tori Scoggins. The Showstopper Captain is Senior Ranger Trammell. The Showstopper of the Week is Sophomore Lauren Hornsby. The Pleasant Grove Showstoppers will perform a prom routine to Word Up. Showstoppers are in the direction of Miss Christy Roberts.
And now, for your continuing halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the Pride in Motion, the award-winning Pleasant Grove High School Marching Band. The Pride in Motion is under the student leadership of drum majors Leslie Reyes, Maggie Parker, and Miguel Rodriguez. Guard captains are Neil Williams and Hannah Prime. Percussion captains are Julia LeVay, Zach Dooley, and Timothy Overlock. Band captains are Casey Tuberville, Andrew Murphy, and Liz Silver. Tonight, they will be performing their 2021 production entitled Romanov.
I think it's a big tragedy. Big tragedy. For the country and for the world. Russia died at that moment when he was killed. Russia died.
Let's hear it one more time for the Pride in Motion. The Pride in Motion is directed by Bass Deeks, Tony Deeks, Ed Grissom, and Jody Digby. The freshman marcher of the week is Jayla Tank. The marchers of the week are Eddie Tank and Philip Lamb. The section of the week is the percussion section. And thank you, North Lamar, for being a wonderful audience tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome drum majors Bonnie Dong, Isla Tabor, and Joseph Franklin. Leading onto the field, your award-winning North Lamar Panther Band in the Blue Diamonds. Band members wearing pink tonight donated to the North Lamar High School Pink Out celebration today. We thank them for being socially aware. Congratulations to Panther Bandsman of the Week, Albany Miller, Gibson Dias, Jackson Allison, Morgan Butler, Cameron Rico, and Chelsea Padilla. Section of the Week, the Clarinets. We hope you enjoyed the Panther Band's 2021 contest show, for which they received a superior rating at Marching Contest UIL, entitled Polarity. Show designed by Jason R. Smith, composer Ryan George, featuring Battery by Metallica, Danson Number 2 by Arturo Marquez, featuring clarinet solos by Bonnie Dong, Isla Tabor, and Joseph Daniel, a soprano sax solo by Dylan Melvin, and a French horn solo by Kelsey Beach. Moon River by Henry Mancini, featuring a flute solo by Allie Campbell. You Are My Sunshine by Jimmy Davis and Charles Mitchell. A Time for Us by Nino Rota, and La Muerte del Angel by Astor Piazzolla. Polarity, opposites in nature, physical properties that separate us, keep us apart. The first reaction may be repelled by contradictions, to avoid them, even to fear them, but they are a natural part of the universe to be enjoyed and even celebrated. Tonight, the Panther Band will present for your listening pleasure their positive version of polarity through visual and musical performance. And now, here they are, the North Lamar Panther Band! Lamar Panther Band and the Blue Diamonds. The band is directed by Randy Jones, Jason Smith, and Ryan Sheffield. The band recognizes the authentic support of the Band Booster Club and acknowledges the kind sponsorship of Quality Care ER, Costin & Sons, Krogman Sand and Gravel, and Paris Chevrolet. Thank you very much for your kind attention and have a pleasant evening.
This is Brian from Flying Burger and Seafood, inviting you to join us for the fastest and freshest casual dining experience in Texarkana. Whether you're hungry for a freshly ground hamburger, the tastiest fried catfish, or some of our amazing grilled seafood or chicken, we have what you want, just the way you like it, and always with a smile. Fast, casual dining, just the way you like it. Flying Burger and Seafood, Summerhill Road. Oh yeah, don't forget to top it off with the biggest, baddest cinnamon roll you've ever had. See you soon.
Not long ago, Samantha had to raise her hand to leave the classroom. Just like that, she had to decide her future. She knew she wanted to go to college, but she wasn't ready to choose her major. So she enrolled at Texarkana College. At a fraction of the cost of a university, Samantha can start on her basics while she decides what she wants to do with her future. Start here at Texarkana College.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield, we're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Bolt in Texarkana.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the second half of North Lamar Panthers as the home team versus the visiting Pleasant Grove Hawks. We're about 12 seconds away from starting the second half. We've enjoyed, if you're a Hawk fan, you've enjoyed an exciting, fun, great first half where we've taken a 37-0 lead. We're seeing one of our running backs in a tie now for third place for rushing touchdowns in a game, and a chance to move up in that record book, and just enjoying a good time together tonight. Jay and Lucas, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far?
Well, like I said, I wanted to see how our offensive line was going to come out tonight, you know, and see how they were going to be able to play together. And offensively, they've definitely had, you know, some push off the ball, and that's what I wanted to see tonight, in creating some very, very large holes for our running backs.
Yeah, and I'll go on the opposite side, on the defensive side. I think they came out to play, building off of last week and even the week before in Carthage. And the way they came out and played with, obviously with the early pick six and even the safety, I mean, they put up 8 points in this game on the defense side. Anytime you score points on defense, it's a huge momentum swing and a confidence booster for sure.
So now coming into the second half, you would expect the PG starters to stay in. You want to see them come out of halftime, keep the momentum going and all of that. As we start, there's an onside kick by North Lamar, recovered and downed by Jalen Boardley for the Hawks. So the Hawks will take this possession at the 46-yard line, but again, to begin this drive. Again, I was saying that you think you want to see the team just come out from a halftime stop, and they'll come back and pick up momentum and begin to do the same things you were doing again. But expect somewhere here in the second half to begin to see some backups, some young guys get some of their first reps in varsity football. Pleasant Grove's coming straight to the line of scrimmage. No huddle. Jared Halter under center. He sends JoJo Bailey in motion. He is looking downfield. He's got a receiver open. The catch is made. That is R.J. Collins taking it to the house on the first play from the line of scrimmage.
And he had to come back for that ball, and then once he caught it, turn the jets on.
He did, and I thought he was going to throw it to his fellow freshman partner because he was wide open as well. I didn't even see RJ, I don't think. I think Lance's big body was taking up the whole area.
So that's what the Hawks want to do when you come out of halftime like that. Come straight to the line of scrimmage, throw a touchdown play. You know, when you were little kids and you'd draw it all up in the sand and backyard ball, you'd say touchdown play on one. That's the play, right? Point after is good, but we begin this half with a flag right off the bat. Maybe we're trying to tie last week's record for flags in a game.
I was going to mention something after this play, and I was going to say I bet a lot of teams actually start trying to onside kick us with what Keelan's done, returning the ball, or even like a little pooch kick. Sometimes that accidentally gets kicked to him as well.
So there you saw the replay on your screen there. Good job by all the Hawks. We took all of 11 seconds off the clock to begin the third quarter.
I don't know when in this third quarter we'll probably start that rolling clock, but I imagine it'll be relatively soon.
Enrique Rios kicks it deep for Pleasant Grove. Oh my, I think it touched the guy in the backfield for the Panthers. That was McCormick. And then he kicked it out of bounds, I guess inside the 1 or at the 1 yard line. God, man, that's kind of disastrous. I thought they were going to call it a touchback at first, but
what's the rule there? I thought if it hit,
it could even be a safety.
If it hit him, he never had possession of it though.
Okay.
I think I'm almost positive the rule is if the ball hits the pylon before. I mean, it could have went out of bounds obviously before it hit the pylon, but if it hits the pylon inbounds, then it's a touchback.
Okay.
I'm guessing they're saying it went out of bounds before it hit it.
they were discussing it a little bit, but it looks like it's going to stay where it is. You kind of expect the Hawks now to pin their ears back and go after them. Well, we definitely got movement. It's just a matter of whose fault it is. Flag on the play. Call is offsides against the Hawks.
Offsides against Pleasant Grove.
That's just a matter of young guys being anxious, wanting to go.
That half-yard line will definitely do that.
Like horses in the stall, and you're trying to start to open the gate. They want to run over you. Still got room here to go get him, though. Doherty hands it off up the middle, met by several Hawks and brought down to the line of scrimmage. Once again, a flag on the play.
Number 6 Blaze Walton on the carry for the Panthers, but hit behind the line of scrimmage by
Looks like Jackson and Shaw were there for that stop.
Victor Shaw. False start against the Panthers.
It's a false start?
I believe so.
I didn't hear a whistle, I guess.
It was on that way as a first down with 8 yards to go.
Doherty just does get out of the end zone before he's brought down about the 1 or 2 yard line.
The quarterback keeper gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Victor Shaw got his hands on him in the end zone, but Doherty was able to get out. Second and 9 for the Panthers. Working up the left side a little bit. Panthers got positive yards that time. It's going to bring up third down. Officially marked as 3rd and 4. Flags on the play. It was kind of a slow motion false start.
Start against the Panthers, 5-yard penalty.
Got some scores of interest for you. Gilmer is leading Pittsburgh right now, 16-7 at halftime. Liberty Ilo is down to Spring Hill. They're behind 6-15 with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Elrod up on the line of scrimmage like he's coming. There's a toss to the outside. Ball is loose in the end zone. It's tossed up in the air and is kicked out of bounds. Oh my goodness. He tossed it right to a Hawks player and just was surprised to have it in his face, I think. That is called a safety. I hope we can see a replay on this. The Panther in the end zone picked the ball up and just tossed it, and it went right in the chest of a Hawks player who was surprised that it was there.
And I think it actually hit 2 Hawks.
Oh, he didn't toss it. He was trying to pick it up. Looked like his foot kicked it that way.
Right off his foot. I think that was Elrod right there, wasn't it? That it hit in the face mask.
I didn't see the number.
Coach Darby's sitting there joking with him, so I'm guessing it was Elrod. Because that thing, it hit off his helmet and almost went to the track.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too often that your defense scores 11 points in a game.
It's a great day.
Panthers line up to kick this one off from the 20-yard line. The Hawks will take another possession here. I think, Lucas, that might be one of those where a player is taught to get on the ball and fall on it. He had room to pick it up and run if he wanted to.
I don't think I've ever seen a deep man do it, actually, so that's a little more than mine.
I've been on the sideline when my son was playing, sideline for Pleasant Grove, taking pictures and things, and some games where we've had pretty big leads. And I've heard Coach Gibson with my own ears pull the team over and kind of huddle them up. I remember a particular game where he told our team we're not going to hang 70 on somebody, and I told him about taking knees and running out of bounds and things like that. I like that he does that.
I agree.
I think that's pretty classic.
Because how fast you can do it to somebody can do it to you as well.
That's right. And that's exactly what he said in the huddle when he talked about it. He said, look, I've been on the wrong side of that. It's not fun, so we're not going to do it to somebody else.
There's nothing worse than feeling like you can't stop somebody, on the other end. On the other end, it's nice. JoJo Bailey right there with a really nice run for 20 yards.
Surprised we didn't get a horse collar call there. Maybe it wasn't a horse collar, but real time it looked like it was. Of course, they're probably not trying to throw a lot of flags at this point. Hope not, anyway. I was watching the wrong guy there. I thought that was JoJo Bailey, but it's not. Davion Stewart up the right side that time.
It's good to see some success some other running backs tonight who we will definitely need later in the season.
And I believe Stewart, this might be his first game back after he re-injured his shin.
See if we can get down here somewhere and get a carry to Bordley to take it in the end zone, move up that record book one more slot. That's Stewart. Stewart's going to get a shot at the end zone. He takes it in for the score. Sorry, that's JoJo Bailey. Not Stewart, that's JoJo Bailey in for the Hawks score.
22, JoJo Bailey on the carry for the Hawks for a Pleasant Grove touchdown.
I haven't seen Bordley in an offense or defensive play this whole second half, so his night might be done.
He might be done. And the extra point is good.
Point after attempt by Rios is good.
So we've got under 8 minutes, about 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. The score is 53-0 in favor of the Hawks. And looking at the scoreboard, it looks like we're going to begin the running clock now for the rest of the evening. We'll say in credit to these North Lamar Panthers, they've not quit tonight. I mean, they're playing hard. They're just having low numbers makes it difficult. You don't have people to sub with and all of those things, but they're working hard out there.
And they have a pretty decent crowd.
And the crowd has stayed. I mean, that says something for your folks. The crowd has stayed, been supportive. Rios pooch kick to the right side. That's what we're used to seeing. Ball is kicked and a big hit. My goodness. I'm not sure what happened to the ball after it got kicked. I was watching who got hit.
I think he kicked it and it went off the guy that hit him and it went right back into his stomach.
Here's a replay for you guys to see. I think you're right, but boy, he got stuck. My gosh.
Wow, that's a pretty remarkable play right there.
It's in the playbook. They meant it that way, right?
Yeah.
Got a timeout called by, I almost said Spring Hill, timeout by North Lamar. So we'll be going to a commercial break right now during this timeout. We'll be back with you in just a minute. We're back from the break, and you're just in time to see the first offensive play in this series from North Lamar's. Handoff went to the right side. Ball gets up near the 30-yard line to bring up second down.
It seems like that's all that we've seen from them tonight is just these short gains, and then inadvertently there's a penalty that puts it back into third and long.
Lucas, I'm looking for Bordley to see if he's out there. I don't see him. quarterback keeper on the right side. He's trying to find the lane to get through, and there was nothing there. So good job by the Hawk defense.
Yeah, Ezra saw that quickly and was able to get him for a tackle.
Got some new people on the field. Number 26 for the Hawks, Nasser Colazo, is out there as a DB. Welcome to some big boy football. 29 is Jaden Stewart, is out there as well. Garrett Harrison at safety. He's not new, but he's recently back from an injury, getting some defensive reps tonight.
Tillery on the carry for the Panthers, 57. Bailey on the tackle for the Hawks, 4th down and 2.
I see they're keeping some of the young guys out there, which is, or I guess McFadden might be the only young guy. Keelan Bennett still out there, and BJ Rayfield, some starters.
Hand off up the middle, nothing there, just kind of ran into a brick wall.
Tillery again on the carry for the Panthers. Hayden Martin. Rylan Hopkins on the tackle.
That's going to bring up a turnover on downs.
Play is not enough for a first down, and Pleasant Grove will take over the 37-yard line.
Let's see what version of the Hawk offense comes on the field now with 3 minutes left in the third quarter as we're working a running clock here.
Might see Garrett at quarterback.
I hope we do. I'd love to see him get a chance.
It's just if Coach Gibson wants the young quarterback to get some more reps, which is.
I think that's what we've got.
Oh, no, I think Garrett Harrison's coming out.
Yep, Halter's on the sideline. Garrett Harrison coming in to be QB1. Who's our running back?
Looks like Ezra.
Ezra gets the ball. He's got some room, kind of barreling up the middle. Good positive yards for a young Hawk running back. Let's see who else we can spot out there.
Along with Atticus Finley for the Panthers.
26, Nasser Colazo. He's out on offense as well, playing both sides of the ball tonight.
Lance Jackson's still out there. That's a position, that tight end position. It's tough to have a lot of depth. I think the only other guy is Vic, which is also a Division I recruit. So.
Ezra Youngblood's got some rooms, barreling up. He got a Hawk first down, takes the ball down to the 15, make that the 17-yard line. Great carry by Ezra.
Number 65, Buddy Posey on the tackle for the Panthers. That's enough for a Hawk first down.
I would say this offense that's come out this series has been quite efficient.
Hawks are just having fun, right now. Everybody getting their opportunity. Harrison hands it to Colazo. Takes it in for his first varsity touchdown.
And you've got a lot of the starters that are coming down to congratulate him.
Love that. The first guy that got to him was a quarterback, Garrett Harrison, sprinting across the field. I guess we have a backup kicker, do we?
Usually you don't carry those on the squad.
Extra point is good. So we're running the clock out on the third quarter with a 60-0 lead by Pleasant Grove. That's the end of the third quarter, so we'll flip the field to come back and enjoy this last quarter. Expect to see more of the same, I would imagine, in the fourth quarter. And our scores of interest, Gilmer's is scored again. So now with 3 minutes, 59 seconds, 4 minutes, practically speaking, left in the third quarter, Gilmer is up 23-7 over Pittsburgh. In the Liberty Ilo Spring Hill game, we've got a good contest going on there. Just about to begin the fourth quarter, with Spring Hill leading 15-6. North Lamar student section is having a good time. Cheerleaders are throwing footballs out. Just make the best of what you got and have a good time while you're at the ball game. Kickoff is taken at the 5-yard line and brought back out near the 20.
Elrod was there to make that stop.
Brett Vestal on the return for the Panthers. He's brought down near the 20-yard line by number 21, Reese Elrod.
Doherty hands it off up the left side, not much there to bring up second down.
Taylor on the carry for the Panthers. Ball down after a short gain by number 56, Cade Martin.
It's like pretty much the same defense that was out there on the earlier possession by North Lamar. Tries to scramble around the left, really not any room there. Garrett Harrison runs up from the safety position to actually make the tackle. A couple of Hawks had him corralled, and he was still trying to dance around a little bit, and Garrison just came on in and finished it.
It's good to see the defense still crashing to the ball.
Doherty's rolling to his right under a lot of pressure, and he just swarmed by about 3 different Pleasant Grove Hawks. I see Ezra Youngblood is one of them.
And Hackelman was in chase as well.
Big Hackelman gets some D reps.
I'm not sure if I'd want Hackelman landing on top of me.
Big a kid as he is, remember he's just a sophomore. He's not even close to finish growing yet.
I think they have 3 sophomores down there on that D-line. Cade Martin, Caleb Hackelman, Daryl Smith.
Punt by the Panthers. Took a little bit of a Panther roll to go down to about the 48-yard line where the Hawks will begin this possession. We are under the 9-minute mark as the clock continues to roll. So the ball is at the 49-yard line. Pleasant Grove still in a sideline huddle. Really what they're doing is letting the clock run as long as the official will let them do it before they have to come out to take the field and run a play. Drake McElhaney, number 14, is that receiver on the bottom of the formation for Pleasant Grove. As B.J. Rayfield gets a carry up the left side. Good gain for the Hawks. Reese Elrod getting the run a little bit of O right now.
Yeah, Hackelman had pulled, and he was already about 25 yards down the field.
And Reese has got wheels, man. If they let him, if he gets loose on the jet sweep, he could fly.
Yeah, I think that corner's happy that Elrod went out of the game right there.
I wonder if Reese will be standing right next to the coach, though.
The Hawks take a delay of game penalty. Coach Gibson's either trying to coach up these young players by bringing them back into the huddle over there again, or he's really just talking about how we're going to manage the rest of the game without running up a score to be worse than it is. Maybe a little of both. Harrison hands it off. Is that Youngblood?
That was Ezra Youngblood.
Flag in the backfield.
Number 34, Youngblood on the carry, taken down by Blake Woodruff. But there's a holding penalty on the play.
Holding called against the Hawks on that play. Keeping you updated on the Liberty Ilo and Spring Hill game. 10 minutes left in the ball game. Same score, Spring Hill 15, LE 6. As Drake McElhaney takes the pitch around the left side.
Number 14, Drake McElhaney on the third. He's taken down by number 1, Brayton McCormick.
Got Drake on the roster listed as a wideout, but he was in the backfield on that particular play. Ben Bricker, receiver at the bottom of the formation. Toss to McElhaney again on the left side. Near the first down, maybe a half a yard short.
All the young Panthers out there, you're going to need a ride home. Now's the time to call mom or dad to get a ride.
Like I've said, this whole evening, I'm glad that the offensive line has seen some success tonight, and build that confidence up as they continue this district run. And their first goal of the year is still intact, to be able to win district, so that's definitely a good thing.
Hawks once again let the play clock run down to zeros, intentionally taking the penalty for a delay of game, while the running game clock continues to run. So it makes it 4th down and about 16 maybe.
It's normally a good sign when your punter is his first punt with 3 minutes left in the game.
So Caden Martin punts the ball. Fair catch is called for and made at about the 26-yard line for the Panthers. We're about 2.5 minutes left in the ball game right now. Like about the same defense we've seen the last couple of possessions as they let new guys get in. It's the same group of new guys. Doherty hands it off up the middle, nothing there. Under 2 minutes now. Under a minute as the clock is running its way out. It's 3rd down for the Panthers. Surely would think we'll all just let it run out and come to the end of the ball game. This has been a good one if you're a Hawks fan. It's exactly what you wanted to see happen. Come into a visiting stadium, leave with a victory, leave with no injuries, leave with a lot of young guys getting extra experience and extra reps. And so you can't really draw it up much better than what you've seen tonight. It sets up some good matchups for the days ahead. We're watching the Spring Hill and LE score right now. Spring Hill's still winning. They're about halfway through the 4th quarter. So PG still got to see Spring Hill next week. Got the LE the week after, and then Gilmer. So the district is still wide open, at this point.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. So Pleasant Grove, I feel like tonight took care of business, did exactly kind of what we talked about in pregame, what needed to happen, and that is what happened. So I'm excited for next week with the Spring Hill. Looking like they're going to go on to a victory against LE, but obviously you never know what happens in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited that Pleasant Grove doesn't even have to leave Texarkana until actually playoff season. So
yeah,
Spring Hill at home next week, then crosstown rivals, and then Gilmer at home.
And it'll be nice to be able to, have the Hawks home for three games in a row, counting Liberty Islo, just a short trip across the city. But I don't think, especially with tonight's scores, Pleasant Grove can't overlook them.
No, for sure. There's a lot of football left, a lot of big football still coming, but this has been a good step for everybody here. So we're excited for the Hawks. To our host of North Lamar and to the North Lamar football team and fans, I want to say thank you for having us tonight and for being good hosts to us. We just hope you have the best of the rest of the season. To all the Hawk fans driving home, you guys be safe. And so on behalf of Jay Davis and Lucas Waka, My name is Quinn Stanfield, and all of the Texarkana Game Day folks, we thank you for joining in with us and look forward to hearing from you and doing the game with you again next week. We'll see you next time. Have a good evening.